Guys, let's be real for a minute. Is the woman in your life endlessly testing you? Is she vicious? Is she mean at times? Or does she display a lot of bad behaviors that seem to poke and prod and demand a response from you and you're not sure how to respond? It could be that she is testing you to see what you're going to do about it. So if you want to pass this test, you need to be wise to these games. You also need to know when to call her out on it and when to walk away so you just don't split up with a spoiled brat who's going to make your life hell. I'm Adam Lane Smith, the attachment specialist. I've been working in psychology for 15 years now, training and experience, and I now work as a coach and I help people build incredible relationships. I am here to help you, and I'm going to warn you today. All women in the world are going to test you to see if you are worthy of them following you, if you're worthy of them trusting you, if you're worthy of letting you guide them. Now, not every woman is going to test you the same. Some women are going to test you a lot worse than others. We're going to talk about what those different pieces look like. But right now, what I want to talk to you about is this. Some testing is normal. If you want to be a leader, you are going to be tested. If you want to be a bad leader, complain about the tests. Also, if you want to be a bad leader, put up with abuse. Okay? I'm going to show you how to walk that boundary and build incredible relationships that bring you peace in your life, in your relationships, and in your heart. Let's get into it and find out what it means to pass those tests. Now, why on earth? Why do women test men like this, right? It's because masculinity creates stability, and they are testing if you are masculine. Okay? Masculinity creates stability, clear, direct communication, clear expectations, a clear honor code, right? Direct action, predictability. This is what men bring to the table. And protection and safety from those who are outside. Masculinity provides a structure, a roof, walls, safety. Women can shelter under it. But that safety is only as strong as the man who provides it. So if you collapse every time you are tested, if you can't say no to the person, then you'll never say no to anybody else. If you can't say no to her, you are weak. But also, if you are a monster, a tyrant, she cannot trust you with the well-being of her children. There has to be this wonderful balance that you walk that handles her testing, but doesn't put up with it. Okay? Masculinity creates stability where she feels safe. Masculinity responds to tests appropriately, with reason, with logic, with a response that makes sense. Okay? She doesn't say, hey, you forgot to take the trash out, and you do something horrible and scream and throw a tantrum. Likewise, if she gets up in your face and knows she's acting inappropriately, you don't just shrink back, lay on the floor, and cry. Okay? Again, some tests are reasonable, some are not. We'll talk about that. But women feel safe when you pass tests. This is even true in the animal kingdom. Let's talk about our closest relatives, right? The chimps. In Franz Duval's book, Power and Sex Among the Apes, he talks about how the apes at the top are tested continuously. What he so-called alpha male chimps, right? I know, don't roll your eyes. It's not quite red pill alpha male. They don't drive Bugattis, okay? Don't worry about that. But the chimps who are at the top are the most likely to stop other chimps from fighting, stop other chimps from hurting each other. They're the most likely to end a fight if it does escalate. They're the most likely to comfort a chimp who is crying. They're the most likely to charge into a fight first and stop a tiger or a leopard who's attacking, right? Leopards. They are also the most likely to have a structured honor code of right and wrong among all the chimps. And they'll stop. They'll withhold that last punch during a fight. Okay? Everybody else is comfortable and safe in their presence, but they test them. They test them with boundaries. If I do this, what do you do? Oh, you push back. Oh, I don't like that. Well, I actually kind of do. Right? Because the chimp at the top, his cortisol level is the highest among the whole troop, so that everybody else's can be calm and steady. But to know that he is the right leader, they test him. Now, when you pass tests, when her bad behavior, right, gets out of control a little bit, not unreasonable, when it gets out of control, and you say, hey, listen, not appropriate, I'm not screaming at you, but not appropriate. Not a good boundary. Here is my boundary. Here's what I expect. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. Let's get back on track. Let's handle it. Let's go forward and have a good day. Odds are good, if you have a loving relationship, that she will thank you later for stopping her, for helping her. Okay? This makes women feel safe. Now, if you scream at her, throw a tantrum, right? Throw a little hissy fit, not going to feel safe. If you just ignore it and let her just walk all over you during those moments, she also won't feel safe. Now she feels like she has to be the boss. Now she feels like if someone else comes along and yells at you, they'll become the boss. When you stand up and balance it, you are the leader. Now, when masculinity is lacking, it makes women feel like they have to fill the void. They have to become masculine. They have to guard you all the time and look at you constantly, be hyper-vigilant on who's going to take you away, who's going to control you, what other woman is going to come along and try to snatch you out from under her. You're not self-policing anymore. Now you're just a creature who sits there and gets yanked around by other people. Okay? Pass tests, gentlemen. Consider it this way. Tests are masculinity checkpoints. You cannot move on until you fulfill that test. And if you fail it, she will test it again and again and again and again and again and get nastier and meaner and more desperate each time. Guys, think of it this way. If you never share emotional intimacy with anybody, she thinks that you're afraid, and she will start testing that over and over and over if you can be open. If you can't have a conversation with her about a challenge without you getting super defensive and pissy, she will keep testing it over and over and over until you prove that you can have that conversation. If you can't lead your family and make decisions, she will start pushing you to make decisions over and over and over until you do. Now, every time you fail, her respect for you dies a little bit. Every time you pass, her respect for you grows a little bit. The goal is not to be perfect. I mean, it is, but you know what I mean. You can't. You can't be perfect. You're not going to pass every test forever. The goal is to always trend in the right direction. And when you do fail, own it. Okay? Masculinity checkpoints. Hey, wait. Checking. Are you sober? Are you masculine? Show me your masculine card. Show me your man card, right? Flash your man card to proceed. That's what these tests are. We're going to talk in a minute about how to pass them. Get your man card. Pass these masculinity checkpoints. Allow your woman to feel safe in your presence. Allow her to respect you. Do not run away from testing. Here's what you need to do. And specifically, here's how to respond to a woman's tests in an authentically masculine way. First, get yourself in order. Before she starts testing, or now, right? Don't respond to her tests. You can't pass tests if you're weak, if you're out of alignment, if you're broken, if you're insecure. You need to be a man if you're going to act like a man. You also need to talk like a man, right? Check out my earlier video on that, how to talk like a man, after you're done watching this video. There's a link in the description for that video. Watch that video. But you have to be a man to pass man tests, okay? Get yourself in order. Now, that might mean fixing your attachment. Hi, I'm the attachment specialist. You're on the attachment channel here. Fix your attachment, become securely attached. You knew that was coming. But have personal sovereignty here, you guys. Be sovereign over self, or nobody else will ever trust you. Become a man. Second, get accountability with other men about your life, so she's not the one calling you out. If she's testing you on things that are authentically a problem, you don't have enough men in your life making you miserable. One of the best things I ever did for myself as a man was find other men who would verbally slap me if I got off track. Other men who would make fun of me for my shortcomings. Other men who told me I had to do better. Other men who would then call me to do better. Other men who would then teach me skills. Other men who then called me to use those skills. It's one of the best things I ever did for myself as a man and for my family. Okay? Find accountability with other men. I have videos on this channel for male friendship, building male friendship, Tons of them, okay? Men are meant to police each other. A woman shouldn't have to. All you ladies who are watching this, can I get an amen or a hell yeah in the channel, in the chats? Can you do that? Can you throw me a hell yeah in the comments? Men should police each other. Women shouldn't have to. Okay? That's how we're designed. Go back and watch my video, why male friendship is absolutely crucial. You're going to see for yourself why men need men. Now, third, you got yourself in order. You're accountable with other men, and you're growing. When she does test you, she still will. Learn to listen like a man. A man is not threatened by words. In fact, a man is not really threatened by much at all. Filter those complaints. Filter her concerns. Filter them for truths. Seek solutions. I feel like you don't do this anymore and you don't seem to care about me. Okay. Well, right now she's not feeling loved. She's not really feeling cared for. Is this a valid concern? Well, it might be. That's how she's feeling. All right. What can we do to solve that? Fourth, you act instead of reacting. A man uses his reason, not his feelings, to determine his choice of action. Now, you pay attention to feelings, right? They're an indicator on your car on your dashboard. You pay attention to feelings, but you don't fall into them. You use reason. You act. You apply solutions. And you move forward so that you don't stay stagnant on an issue. She has determined there's an issue. You have determined, yeah, okay, that sounds like there might be an issue there. Let's find a solution so that we fix this gap. Hey, there's a leak in the roof. No, there's not. Water's no big deal. No, let's stop and actually fix that leak, you guys. If she's found a leak, fix the leak. Okay? Don't be a man who fails. Finally, make these tests into a conversation. If you're not threatened by her behaviors, you know you're moving in the right direction, you act and speak like a man, then don't dismiss her. Respond to her as a partner, right? An advisor to you. And then respond to her yourself as a masculine man, as a leader in the relationship. That doesn't mean collapsing totally into her feelings. It means addressing them properly so she feels heard, understood, and safe, which is really what these tests are about. This is what she's looking for. Safety. Am I safe trusting you? That's what these tests are really about, you guys. Okay? When she's acting this way, am I safe trusting you? Even the worst, most horrible women in the world are really trying to figure out, am I safe trusting you? Now, they're never going to be happy. We'll talk about that here in a moment. But even they're trying to get safe. All of them are. So, follow these steps. Now, what if she's just a mess? Okay? What if she's just a mess? Then encourage her to get better with some personal work. Now, don't just shut her down and say, you're just stupid. Go to therapy. Don't tolerate random bad behavior. Don't do that. But tell her to get better. Call her to be better. Encourage her to be better. Show her how to be better. Right? In fact, don't be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't want to get better. They just want to attack you all the time. If she is a spoiled brat, here's some signs that she's the problem and not you. Especially with like entitlement issues, avoidance, right? If she's just throwing a fit all the time, if you know that you are working diligently to improve yourself, okay? If you have objectively scanned her arguments and there seems to be nothing there, if you have done the work on emotional intimacy and she's still not happy, if her goalposts keep moving, if you've got a third-party perspective, just to double check that you're not missing something. And that third party's like, no, there's something wrong here. Okay? Get some help. Male coaches, all kinds of coaches and relationship coaches are out here, guys. We can give you a permission. We can give you a clear assessment. Adam, here's what's going on. Yep. Sounds like she's probably being really unreasonable. You're tolerating abuse. You're not going to be happy. A lot of coaches can solve that problem, you guys. Okay? There's help. But look to see how she reacts. When you are calm and reasonable and trying to have a reasonable conversation and ask her questions, does she get angrier? If you're working collaboratively to solve a problem and she's just blowing her top, is it That's a bad sign. Very bad sign. If it's every single month she just wants to verbally abuse you, really bad sign. Okay? Don't tolerate that either. Sometimes you need to pass her tests by removing her from your life. Sometimes that's passing the test for yourself. Some women are so scarred from lack of safety in their life that they will destroy you trying to control you, while demanding simultaneously that you essentially destroy them to control them because they don't feel safe. They will never understand how to feel safe, at least not probably while they're with you. Release them, release yourself, find a relationship where you're not tolerating abuse, if you can. Do that. Now, all of this, guys, is going to make your life better. I promise. Passing a good woman's tests will bring you into a place of more prosperity, more strength, more masculinity, more respect for yourself, respect from your peers, from other men. They'll say, wow, you're really stepping up across the plate. And you won't want to say, yeah, my wife has been helping me. No, you're saying, oh, yeah, I'm just, I'm a man, right? And you'll flex. But there's an old saying, behind every great man is a great woman. It doesn't mean that only women are great. But great men are driven by women who call them to be great, who need them to be great, who encourage them to be great, who foster that greatness with, once in a while, some testing. She might just call you to account, and that itself is a test. When you start passing these tests, her tests become more respectful. When you fail a ton of them, her respect for you dies. Pass the tests. See if she improves. Almost every time she does. It also makes you stronger against problems when you do this, because then you can diligently listen to your advisor who's constantly scanning for leaks and problems, and then she brings problems to you, and then you solve them. And then she diligently goes and hunts for more. Women are amazing at proactively protecting the relationship, but if you yell at them and mistreat them when they bring you problems, then you are not being a leader. You're being a spoiled brat yourself. Okay? Don't silence her when she's trying to proactively protect you. Listen. Can you take her criticisms as guidance for where to improve next? That's my question to you. No threats, right? It's just continuous improvement. Huge respect from her, you guys. This, in a big way, this is the female Viagra. Everybody's like, oh man, where's the pill for female Viagra? It's love, intimacy, and respect. Those are like the cocktail. You do this, and you won't be hurting in the bedroom, you guys. I'll just tell you that. I'll just tell you that. This improves everything. So if you want to pass her tests, become the man you need to be. Get accountability from other men. Become secure yourself, right? And then start investigating through reason what her concerns are stemming from. Then start finding solutions. Then start applying solutions. You should see improvement over time in the relationship. Almost every time, this is what's needed. Okay? Tests are not threats. They're challenges. They're masculinity checkpoints. Stop. Show me your card. Okay, you may go. Now, a man rises to challenges, you guys. This is not about tolerating abuse. It's not about putting up with brats, unless that's what you're into. You know what I mean? But some women test more than others because they crave more proof of safety, right? Or they want to see more raw masculinity. Here's my advice to you. Make sure that you are paired with the right woman who tests you in the right way that leads you to grow. Become a man who can grow through testing and adversity and challenges, and then make sure you're properly paired with a woman who is testing you in the right way. That's my advice. And you can't do it the other way. You can't know if she is the right woman for you until you are the right man you need to be. Because if you're a weaker version of who you should be, she will feel like too much. If you're right where you need to be, she might be perfect, or she might not be. Build yourself first, then see how she responds and see what's optimal for your growth. That's what you need to do. I am Adam Lane Smith. I am the attachment specialist. I am here to help you build incredible romantic relationships. And if you need to stay masculine, you do, and strong, even without her prodding, then I advise you to watch this next video, okay? 3 secrets that I keep from my wife. For more guidance on how to be the man that she needs you to be, even without her testing you. I'll see you in that video.